From a cabin's shadow to the Capitol's glow. A nation divided and a leader's resolve. Freedom's voice echoing through time.
That on the first day of January, in the year of our Lord 1863.
Discover the man behind the monument, Abraham Lincoln. The story, told using AI with Past Pixels AI YouTube channel.
Embark with us on a journey back in time to trace the footsteps of a legend, a leader who shaped the very fabric of American history, Abraham Lincoln. Born in the raw wilderness of Kentucky, Abraham Lincoln began his life on February 12, 1809, in a humble log cabin at Sinking Spring Farm, with his parents Thomas and Nancy Lincoln. Tragedy struck early when his mother died of milk sickness when Lincoln was just 9, a loss that would haunt him for life. The Lincolns moved to Indiana, a land of dense forests and untamed wilderness. Here, young Abe grew tall and strong, shouldering responsibilities beyond his years, clearing the land and working the farm. His formal education was scant, a mere 18 months, but Lincoln was a voracious reader, educating himself under the dim glow of the fireplace. In his early 20s, Lincoln left home. He settled in New Salem, Illinois, where he worked as a shopkeeper, postmaster, and eventually as a surveyor. But it was his natural talent for public speaking that led him into politics. Amidst his rising career, Lincoln found love. He married Mary Todd in 1842. The couple had 4 sons, though only one would live to adulthood. Their marriage was complex and fraught with challenges, including Mary's bouts of mental illness and the crushing loss of their children. Lincoln's political ascent was marked by his strong moral compass. He served in the Illinois State Legislature and later in the U.S. Congress, where he spoke out against the Mexican-American War and advocated for the abolition of slavery. Lincoln's election to the presidency in 1860 was a turning point for the nation. As president, he faced the secession of the southern states and the outbreak of the Civil War. His leadership during these tumultuous times was marked by a deep commitment to preserve the Union. The Civil War tested the nation's soul and Lincoln's resolve. He navigated the Union through the bloodiest war in its history, making the crucial decision to issue the Emancipation Proclamation, which declared that all slaves in the rebellious states were forever free. In the war's 3rd year, Lincoln delivered one of the most iconic speeches in American history, the Gettysburg Address. On November 19, 1863, he stood on the battlefield where thousands had perished and reminded the nation of its founding principles.
7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation, or any nation, so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here have consecrated it, far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note, nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
President Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg Address would echo through the ages, a mere 272 words, delivered in just over 2 minutes, that perfectly captured the essence of the American experiment, the war would rage on for 2 more brutal years. Lincoln, ever steadfast, would guide the Union through the bloodshed, seeking to heal a fractured nation. On Tuesday, November 8, 1864, near the end of the American Civil War, incumbent President Abraham Lincoln of the National Union Party easily defeated the Democratic nominee, former General George B. McClellan, by a wide margin of 212 to 21 in the Electoral College, with 55% of the popular vote. Lincoln's second inaugural address.
With malice toward none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right as God gives us to see the right, let us strive on to finish the work we are in, to bind up the nation's wounds.
Victory for the Union came in April 1865. The nation rejoiced, but the joy was short-lived. On April 14th, as Lincoln sat in Ford's Theater, a single gunshot changed history. The president was carried across 10th Street to the Peterson House. Through the night, as a nation held its breath, Abraham Lincoln clung to life. But as dawn came, so too did the end of an era. At 7:22 a.m. on April 15th, Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, passed from this world to the next. A nation mourned as a funeral train carried Lincoln's body through several states. From Washington to Springfield, millions paid their respects. Abraham Lincoln's legacy was not just in preserving the Union, but in expanding the bounds of freedom. His life, his words, government of the people, by the people, for the people, continue to inspire and challenge us. Abraham Lincoln's journey from a log cabin to the White House is a testament to the enduring American belief that greatness can arise from the humblest of beginnings. His life, his words, and his dedication to the nation he loved continue to inspire us all. If you've been moved by this short, condensed story of Abraham Lincoln, please like, share, and subscribe for more historical insights. Past Pixels AI is a channel that uses artificial intelligence to tell its stories. From images, the script, and voiceover is all AI generated. If you like this and would like more, please subscribe and comment below if you would like any subject covered. Thanks again for watching Past Pixels AI, history brought to life.